This is TOS Television, your digital first pan-African news network. I am Abigail Okwade, and this is Africa Now. Sudan's prime minister wants that Sudan can end up in a civil war if the country's sprawling security sector, economic crisis, and political transition are not reformed. Abdallah Hamdok, in a televised address, says the deterioration of the security situation is mainly linked to fragmentation between components of the revolution, which left a vacuum exploited by its enemies and elements of the former regime. Still in Sudan, Medicine Sans Frontiers have raised an alarm over the imminent rainy season in South Sudan, bringing about massive spikes in malaria cases, especially with children under the age of 5. The medical charity group in a situational report says it has treated 22,400 people for malaria in the first 3 months of 2021 alone. The group says seasonal malaria chemo prevention recommended by the WHO in 2012 can reduce the incidence of malaria among young children during the rainy season. Now to politics. Algeria's ruling political party, the National Liberation Front, has won the legislative elections held on Saturday with 105 seats of the 407 seats in parliament, according to the head of the electoral authority. The Islamist Movement of Society for Peace Party won 64 seats and independent candidates 78 seats. The commission said 5.6 million voters out of more than 24 million voters took part in the exercise. It is the lowest turnout recorded in at least 20 years for legislative elections. 70% of farmers in Ethiopia's Tigray region are planting crops on time, following the United Nations warning of famine in the conflict-torn area, following that has displaced more than 2 million people. Ethiopia's State Agriculture Minister Sani Reddy Ahmed, at the news conference in Addis Ababa on Tuesday, says the federal government expects a significant portion of farmers who fled the fighting to return to their land in the next month. According to Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's office in a statement later on Tuesday, Ethiopia's strong agricultural production and economic growth in recent years ensured that the country could withstand the food gap in Tigray and other areas of the country currently experiencing conflict. To COVID-19 update in South Africa. President Cyril Ramaphosa on Tuesday says the rapid rise in coronavirus cases and hospitalizations in South Africa has led to the return of tighter restrictions on public gatherings and alcohol sales. The nightly curfew has been extended by an hour from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., while religious gatherings and social events indoors are limited to 50 people and 100 people for outdoor events. South Africa is the hardest hit country by the pandemic on the continent, with a cumulative total of more than 1.7 million infections, including 58,000 deaths. This is your digital first pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. We move to business after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. In business, surging inflation is undermining the recovery of Africa's biggest economy, pushing 7 million Nigerians into poverty and encouraging criminality as rising prices deplete already meager incomes, according to the World Bank. World Bank, in its 6-monthly Nigerian development update, says increase in insecurity across the nation is a drag on growth and creation. The organization gave a GDP growth forecast for Africa's most populous country of 1.9% in 2021 and 2.1% in 2022. The World Bank sees inflation at an average of 16.5% this year and remaining above the 9% top of the target band until at least 2023. Still on World Bank's reports, the World Bank says the way the exchange rate in Nigeria was managed limited access to forex and adversely affected investor confidence and investment appetite in the country. The spread between the official and the investors and exporters window rate was estimated at 8%, and between IFX and the parallel rates reach 18%, the World Bank report says. The World Bank recommends that greater flexibility will be necessary to support the recovery of exchange rate transactions in the country. The volume of trade between Nigeria and South Africa hit $2.9 billion in 2020. According to Nigeria's Consul General Malik Abdul, in a statement, South Africa imported $2.8 billion worth of goods, predominantly crude oil, from Nigeria and exported $425 million to Nigeria. There is expectation of the trade volume between the countries rising further with the African Continental Free Trade Area agreements. Now away from business, there is a concern over the rising increase in taxi-related shootings across various regions in South Africa. There were 4 taxi-related shootings in Western Cape, killing at least 7 people in the past week. South Africa's Warteng member of the Executive Council for Public Transport and Road Infrastructure, Jacob Mamabolo, reaffirms their commitment to improve, modernize, integrate, and create a gun-free taxi industry. Now to sports. Host Cameroon on Tuesday crossed Nigeria 44-14 in the quarterfinals of the Africa Women's Handball Cup of Nations to qualify for the World Cup this December in Spain. They are the 4th and last team to qualify for the World Cup alongside Tunisia, Angola and the Republic of Congo. Cameroon will face the Republic of Congo while Angola will take on Tunisia in the semi-finals on Wednesday. And that is it on Africa Now. For more updates, to visit our website at www.TOSTVNetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. To stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Okwade. Thanks for watching.